First, I would like to reiterate to all of you that there is no more ongoing threat to our community here in Las Vegas. I also like to tell you that we do know the identity of the suspect in this case, but I will not be releasing his name tonight until after the next of kin notification. As you all know, of course, this is a tragic day for all of us in Southern Nevada, and at approximately 11:45 a.m., LVMPD dispatch received reports of an active shooter at the UNLV campus. UNLV campus police responded to the scene and engaged the suspect immediately right outside of Beam Hall. LVMPD officers also responded simultaneously. I can tell you today, 3 of the victims are confirmed deceased. There is a 4th victim who suffered a gunshot wound and is now currently in Sunrise Hospital, upgraded to stable condition. In addition to that, there were 4 additional people who were transported from the scene to nearby hospitals suffering from panic attacks. 2 of our officers were treated at UMC for minor injuries, which were received while searching the vast rooms and buildings for victims at UNLV. Our hearts go out to the entire UNLV community. No student should have to fear pursuing their dreams on the college campus. What happened today is a heinous, unforgivable crime, but I want you all to know something. It's a crime that we train for each and every day. When there is an active shooter threat, the men and women of the Southern Nevada first responder community, police, fire, and EMS come together to respond quickly and decisively with zero hesitation. Within minutes, both on and off-duty responders race to the campus to prevent further loss of life. On a personal note, I'll tell you that after 1 October and all the time and effort and energy that we've put together in training with the men and women of law enforcement, the fire service, and EMS, watching how seamlessly they work together today made me very, very proud to be their sheriff. Importantly, there was a gathering just outside of the building where the students were playing games and eating food. There were tables set up for them to build Legos. And if it hadn't been for the heroic actions of one of those police officers who responded, there could have been countless additional lives taken.
First of all, let me begin by telling you all how heartbroken we are on our campus for what happened today. On behalf of the Chancellor, the Board of Regents, and President Whitfield, I am passing along our profound sense of loss for what occurred in the loss of life that took place. As the sheriff said, our officers collectively, UPD as well as Metro, responded to call for shots fired approximately 11:45. 2 of our detectives responded to the scene and immediately engaged the suspect in a shootout. The suspect was struck and is deceased at this time. The campus was almost immediately closed, and out of an abundance of caution, all Nevada System of Higher Education institutions in Southern Nevada were as well closed. UNLV will remain closed for the remainder of today, tomorrow, and Friday.
It's finals, so my students were giving their final presentation. Inside the student union, they have ballrooms on the 2nd floor. So 2 of my students were there giving their presentation, and then all of a sudden somebody gets on the microphone in the ballroom and says, "We're going to lock the doors, don't be alarmed, there's an active shooter in the building." So I'm thinking, oh no. And it didn't escalate until I didn't get really scared until we were sitting there quietly and I heard 3 gunshots, pop, 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 and I was like, oh my God. So we were sitting there, and so I turned to my 2 students and I said, I think we should get down. And everybody's kind of started to get really upset at that point, and people started crying. And then after about 20 minutes of waiting there, that's when they said, "We're opening the doors." And I said, "Oh, what?" And that's when I heard, "Get your hands up." And then the other faculty said, "Everybody just get your hands up and walk out." And I'm like, we're complying with the shooter, but it turned out to not be the shooter. That was the SWAT team telling us to get our hands up, and then they escorted us out the building. And then as I exited the building, that's when I saw the shattered glass from the gunshots. in the student union. Yeah, and there was a second when, I thought that was it.